Welcome back. Ramos Law not only serves clients, their team is also continuously working hard to empower kids through education. One example, sponsoring Denver7's If You Give a Child book campaign. Tomorrow is the final day to donate, but with more, we are joined by Brian Calandra, Ramos Law managing partner. Brian, I'm so glad you're here. This has been such a great campaign. But before we get to that, let's talk about just a little of your background and why you decided to practice law.
Glad to, and thanks for having me here today. You know, if you were to ask my mother, she'd tell you that I became a lawyer because I was born to argue. There might be some truth to that.
Maybe for a lot of lawyers.
That's probably true for a lot of lawyers. But one value that's very important to me and to my family is fairness. And being an attorney allows us to search for that in life for our clients. And that's the part that's very rewarding for me, and definitely one of the reasons why I became an attorney.
Well, Dr. Ramos has talked, is known for basically being a medical doctor and an attorney. Why did he want to add that to his repertoire of education?
Well, it's interesting. That's the question everybody asks. And I've spoken with Dr. Ramos about this at length because, of course, he was a physician first before he became an attorney. And in his medical practice, he was caring for many patients who had been involved in perhaps a car accident or an injury where there was a lawsuit. And he would interface with attorneys. And what he would find is that while many attorneys could swim out to the deep waters when it came to the medicine, they would drown when they got there. And he wasn't seeing his patients treated fairly by the legal system. Finally, he got so frustrated about it, he went to law school. And that's the big focus in our firm, of course, is understanding the medical injuries and being able to present those in a way that makes sense to people.
Well, you talk about your firm. Tell us a little bit about what sets your team apart from other firms. Well,
you know, that's an easy one. There's two things that we think people should know, and one, of course, is our medical background. With Dr. Ramos' medical education, it's not just about him and the firm. Of course, he teaches us the medicine and to better understand it so that we can explain it to insurance companies, attorneys, or even our clients. And our focus there is to make sure our people get better, make sure they get the care they need when they need it from the right people. And second from that, we like to think that we take better care of people than anyone in the business. We do try to have a first-class approach to service because we believe taking care of our clients is really important. And
well, with this whole campaign, you guys are really empowering children. You know, you're really giving back to the community through children and empowerment and literacy. Why was it important for you guys to do that?
Well, you know, I'm fond of saying everyone can agree that helping children is a good thing. It's the one thing that I think brings us all together as people, because I've never heard anyone say that's a bad idea. And so in our office, we truly do believe that children are our future. Sounds a little corny, but it's true. I'm a father myself. Dr. Ramos has children. Many in our organization are parents. And it gives you that feel-good feeling to be out in the community making a difference in these kids' lives.
It is something we were saying right before the show about literacy and how common it is and has been for so many families along the way, that reading just really opens up the world for everybody, doesn't it?
It just does.
Yeah.
And reading was always important in my household, and I think that's true in most households. But reading gives us access to the world. I know we live in a new generation now where everything's on a video, but at the end of the day, if you walk into a restaurant and you want to order food, you got to be able to read the menu. And so teaching kids the importance of reading and that it can still be fun. You don't have to watch a movie to entertain yourself. You can actually read a book and have just as much fun, if not more fun. And we want to make sure that experience stays alive for children.
You guys, what other ways do you help the community? I know you guys are really active.
We try to be, and we do focus quite a bit on kids. We're a big part of the Adams County Education Consortium. What we do there is there's a program there called Backpacks to Briefcases, where we help to advise teenage kids on career paths and things like that. We've given backpacks to school children in Adams County to help prepare them for school. We're also just involved in as much as we can. There's a Project Angel Heart is an organization that provides food for folks with terminal illnesses. We try to support them as much as we can, raising food and contributing. And we really are an organization that tries to do what we can to give back.
Brian, it's been wonderful having you here. You still have time to donate if you give a child a book campaign. Visit thedenverchannel.com/community. This segment sponsored by Ramos Law.